Yo, 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 welcome to the latest episode of the Keep It Clean podcast. We're going to chop it up, keep it a buck, keep it a bean, but most importantly, keep it clean. I took that from you, Ray. I appreciate you, my boy.
Shout out to
We are
that. Shout out to that.
we are here today. We got a light crew today. It's just me, Nico, my brother Ray. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Blessed and highly favored and happy to be here.
Always. Ev is has been kidnapped by his
Yep.
girl.
Yep.
We haven't heard from that man in 48 hours, but we're assuming it's all good things if that's the case.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ev gave us a heads up. He knew his kidnapping was coming.
Yeah. She sent the note. She sent the note with the magazine clippings and all of that. So we salute to that brother. We hope he having a good time. And Rose is
Yeah,
recovering
man.
from vacation, so we salute to that brother, and we hope he's resting up as well. Ray, how you feeling today? How you feeling today? And how was your week, brother?
Man, today I feel good, man. We coming off a week of a popping group chat, a popping group chat with successful activities, man. So that's always good to see the brotherhood growing. And me and myself, it was the first week in the new spot with the lady, you know what I'm saying? So it was the first complete week. I'm coming off a week of travel myself for the job, but it was cool to come back to a somewhat more settled establishment, you feel me? And
Congratulations.
you know what I'm saying? Thank you for that, man. And then outside of that, bro, we back in here ready to clean up another dirty batch of topics.
Yeah, yeah, man, for sure. My week was cool. I landed a new job this week, so
Yes, sir.
shout out to
Congratulations to that.
shout out to me.
Congratulations to that, man.
Shout out to the
Movement.
fam. You feel me? Shout
Movement.
out to the fam.
Yeah.
Got some stability within this wickedness that's in office. So we gonna salute that
Yeah.
for sure. But we ain't
Yes,
gonna hold
sir.
y'all up, man. We gonna get right into it. Gonna get started. We got a heavy week. We got a heavy week this week. I ain't gonna hold you, my
Hmm.
brother.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
off, you wanna go ahead and bring us
yeah,
in?
man. But I want to go ahead and start off with we had just missed it last week from our pod, and I think it happened right after. But R.I.P. to Angie Stone, multiple Grammy nominee artist and the Soul Train Award winner, known for songs like "No More Rain" and "Wish I Didn't Miss You." She touched a lot in soul funk that also crossed over into hip hop. So rest in peace to her. Unfortunately, passed away from a car accident after one of her performances. Last week, and then unfortunate news this morning. We also have to say rest in peace to the brother Dwayne Higgins, who's the founder of Tony Tone. Songs like Anniversary and whatnot, which is a staple in many black households, man,
Yeah,
households. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And unfortunately, after a fight with bladder cancer over the years, he passed away at the age of 64. So we have a rest in peace to Miss Angie Stone, 63. Beautiful music.
Rest in peace.
And then same rest in peace to Dwayne Wiggins, man. Go ahead
Rest
and
in
add
peace.
them to your rotation if you can this week, just to send support to the family.
For sure. We also gotta say rest in peace to Roy Ayers. We lost
Yes,
Roy
sir.
Ayers this week too, man. So yeah, man, just reach out to your people. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that they are loved. Let them know that you come in with love, and just make that connection, man. Because every day is not promised out here. So don't live in fear, but just appreciate the time that we do have around here. In um, brighter news, we did get last week the Marathon Burger has opened up. Shout out to
Hmm.
Black Sam. Rest in peace to Nip. Shout out
Rest
to
in peace,
All
Nip.
Money In, the whole camp, the whole team over there, man. I was, it was some commotion about the opening. There was a situation. I'm not really
Hmm.
finna get into none of that. Um, that ain't my business. I'm more, I'm
Regional
more so.
politics.
You dig what I'm saying? I'm more so here to acknowledge and big up the fact that the marathon is continuing as it was stated to
100%.
do. You dig what I'm saying? How
Yes,
did you
sir.
feel when you saw this when you saw it open up, man?
No, I thought it was amazing, man. Rest in peace again to Nipsey Hussle, and then seeing his brother still continue the motion of the marathon, man. So you have your family still pushing the legacy that you tried to leave behind and continuing that, and that's a great representation of family sticking together, Black excellence, and then getting the people out in that community. I know it's regional politics, but he still brought people outside, which was still the purpose in the first place,
Yep.
and pushing that agenda and making sure you stand on the same business that you had always stated before and continue to do so. So I think it's amazing. Shout out to them.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Shout out to them. Salute to Nipsey again. Salute to All Money In. Salute to Black Sam. I'm interested to see like what's gonna keep coming. I think Black Sam said it's gonna be a Nipsey album over the summertime.
I think he mentioned it. Yeah.
So I'm definitely excited to see what that's gonna be. I seeing how they've moved with the marathon since Nipsey's passing. I'm looking forward to the album. I don't think it's gonna be like, you know, the way we see other posthumous albums. It's like just some label thrown together. Here's some records that was undone, and we gonna put a whole bunch of features on it. I'm interested to see how they do it, but I think it's gonna be done well for sure.
Yeah, man. And again, coming off of a community building personality, they're not gonna disrespect that album. You know, they're gonna come in and make sure. I think it's gonna be continuing the trend, which it was already his sound, but you're gonna hear a lot of West Coast, and you're gonna feel that vibe. I think it's gonna be dope. I really do. I'm like you, man. I look forward to it. I can already assume there's gonna be a YG feature for sure.
Definitely,
Definitely
think so.
I'd be interested. There's a couple that I hope to see on there, but I know YG is gonna be number one in that spot.
I want to see Kendrick on there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think it would happen. I mean, you never know, but I don't think so.
Right.
Just off the sense of like he's not actually here. But you know, depending on the conversations had, who knows? But
right.
I would like to see that. I'm for sure rolling with you with YG. I would like to see Kendrick on there for sure.
I think I would like to see Vince on there too, because I think Vince is another one that's like quietly. Vince had been quietly doing something similar to Nipsey, but Nipsey had more of the vocal side as far as what that represented and bringing certain people together, or just consistently standing on certain types of business. And I think what we've seen since Nipsey passing from Vince is a good representation. It's like, hey man, just be you. At the end of the day, and this we pushing more of the community and culture aspect of it. So now I think we got three good ones between YG. We'd love to see Kendrick, and I'd love to see Vince for that album. Just hearing it in that moment again, it'll be nostalgic as well.
I ain't gonna lie, I want to see Black Sam drop a verse. I ain't gonna hold you. You feel me? Like really, you know what I mean? Like just step out there one time. I mean, that may not be his thing, but I'm just spitballing ideas. That would be crazy though.
Right.
Like what if he hop on that joint and sound exactly like Nip or something? Like
like and that'd be crazy, and just come in and only drop verses in relation to the marathon. Like you're not trying to become a rapper. It's just
like
just posting that
3000, but only for this type thing. Like I'm only gonna do a verse every night. Yeah, that would be some crazy stuff.
Yeah, like only pop out for some West Coast.
We may have spoke something into existence. We gonna see.
We gonna circle back. If we end up being right, I'm circling back.
For sure.
I told you.
Sure. What else happened to hip hop this week, man? Drake dropped his petition. Drake dropped his petition. His petition this week. So with iHeartRadio, Drake put out a petition. It wasn't a lawsuit. It was a petition to find some information about whether or not they were engaging in payola with the Not Like Us record, right?
It's specifically in Texas at that party. It's specifically in Texas for the iHeartRadio studio out in San Antonio.
Right. So they put up this petition to find this information, and the lawsuit was dropped, or the petition was withdrawn. And iHeartMedia put out a statement basically saying nobody paid anybody anything. Neither one of us paid anybody anything. What we did was send over the emails to show that we did nothing wrong. All that we were alleged of, we're innocent of. He saw that, he withdrew the lawsuit, and we're done here. What you think of this, brother? When you saw this?
I feel like it's one of them situations where iHeart's statement looked like they just took UMG's statement after his lawsuit and just kind of watered it down a little bit. Like they didn't tell him your beef was childish and it was advised against. It was just more of, hey man, you still barking up the wrong tree and you still fishing heavily, bro. you don't got the right bait, you don't got the right hook, reel, none of that.
Real, nothing. You in the wrong water.
Man, And I thought it's interesting. It's like, not to over speculate, but it's looking at certain things. It's like, all right, man, you just moved to the state, and then you already trying to kick up some dirt in the state. So, being close to the Austin area, and Austin's a little music festival campground itself, is like, with you starting this way, what's going to happen when the South by Southwest come up, or the ACLs, and then you try to do an appearance? I'm not saying it's going to be hate, but Texans do move a particular way. They do move a
Yeah.
particular way. So if you
You
affect the
are a
business,
Texas correspondent, so I'm gonna take your word for it.
but it's I don't think he believed that they were going to find something. Worst case scenario, they do, but I don't genuinely think he believed that they find something but shoot or shoot when it comes to this whole petition situation. I think he had more of a backing when it came to the lawsuit with UMG, but this particular petition with iHeartRadio is more so fishing for information, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of understood that initially not we all, we understood that initially when the lawsuits dropped. It was kind of like, all right, if they are doing payola, which we don't think they are, but if they are, they did for you. So what are you like? What the whole I'm doing this to save the artist or the next artist? All of that was cap. Like we knew that was cap at the time, and I think it's actually making all of this worse because now it's like you tweaked out when you went to sue people. And now when we come back and start finding out that nobody actually did anything, the song is just that fucking lit. Like it's just that it's going that crazy. It's like you really don't seem to be able to hold this L, and it's making it look that much worse because it's like not only did you lose, you sued and said they was cheating, and now you finding out that they're not cheating, and it's just like, yeah, nah, bro, we didn't take no money from nobody. That shit just went up like it did. Like, like the sore loser thing is just bad, and it's just like you gotta go quiet, bro. Go sit down.
But at the same time, man, I can understand that aspect of even not being in Drake's level, or like even being remotely close to that stratosphere. Us down here in a regular day to day, as a regular person, we can't imagine this many people hating us. Like I would have to ask some. After a while, I can understand. You know what I'm saying? I can understand
You
haters,
have
but
to
not
have the
to
real
this extent.
conversation. Like if that many people love you, right? You have to know it's possible for that many people to also hate you. You have to know that. And
Yes.
especially when you're running around telling people your whole career is these niggas really don't like me. They're only using me because I'm successful. Okay. So
I mean,
what's
but there's a
the
difference between.
confusion?
I think there's a difference between, all right, these people that I might have interacted with hate me versus everybody that has nothing to do with music. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole new group of people. I
Again,
think
you
it's
have
hard
to
for a person to just accept you are hated that much. You are a bad person, or whatever the
I don't
audience
even
feedback
think
is.
I don't even think you have to accept that piece of being like, oh, I'm hated. Like I think you would just have to accept that people are like that. You know what I mean? Like you put a mass of people in this same way on Meek Mill. You put a mass of people in it. Like I'm sure Meek was running around like, what the fuck? What did I do to every? But it's like it don't even have nothing to really do with you.
With
It's
you,
just the circumstance of what's going on, and people gonna jump to where they go. It's like when you was the guy, you couldn't do no wrong. You're not really the guy right now, and that's like that. I think that's the hardest of what's really like gonna hit the hardest for this whole situation because like all you're doing is making this record bigger. That's it. You're making the
yeah.
lore of the record just that much larger because there's all of this aftermath when you could have, no pun intended, when you could have just chilled out. You know what I'm saying?
But for sure. But he also still feels like he's in a different position than me, because at that time when you're considering where Meek was at, it's not that Meek was replaceable, but you had close enough peers to where if that spot was moved, you had someone next in line or already of equal status that can kind of fill that void. Where, as we've been seeing throughout multiple hip hop discussions, after you talk about the three, there's a
Yeah.
gap, right?
Yeah.
And then if you just limit it to 3, and then you're considering how massive of an artist that he was, for if we just went numbers wise, it wasn't close between 1 and then 2 and 3 at all, just purely numbers wise.
Yeah.
So for him is like, man, yeah, even if you dislike me, what are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no possible way. I'm me, right?
And that
It,
is where you lose the plot. That's exactly where he
100%,
lost the plot. Like,
100%. But I think it happened more rapidly than what we've seen, and that's why that petition looks so interesting, because there's a fall off. And usually, even for music artists, you see the fall offs be somewhat gradual for the most part. If you've been having a decent career in a certain amount of longevity, I think once you pass 2.5 years in the rap hip hop game, then you are considered a long-standing vet because of how quickly it usually turns you in and out for the most part. Sometimes a 4,
that's
depending.
wicked. That's wicked.
It is, bro. It
You
is.
make it
So,
2 years,
so if
you a
you
veteran at this job. Like, oh my
you know what
goodness.
I'm saying? So then if you pass that and then you doubled it and then you tripled it, you feel me? Like, usually that tail off, even for your standard artist, or that little fall off into just normality, takes about a year and a half or 2. We watched this happen almost overnight. Like, we know he's been complaining. We know he's been vocalizing things, but he was still consistently getting numbers, just purely numbers. I haven't seen a tailspin like that this public without a scandal. It's crazy. You feel me? Like, usually
Yeah.
somebody goes out of their way to cancel you. This is just purely in cancel culture. You just, yeah, man. So
And
you got to eat that petition.
you gotta hold the L. If that's the lesson anybody can learn from this whole situation, is take your L's. Just take them on the chin. Learn what you need to do. Go back, regroup, get back to the drawing board, erase everything on the drawing board, figure it out. But take the L, brother. Like, don't don't
We say that.
don't
We
get the
say
running
this.
around talking about, oh, you cheated. Y'all, this whole thing is rigged. I swear, like, sometimes, but
Uh-huh.
sometimes you just
And
took the
see,
L. Sometimes you gotta hold
in
it.
this moment, this is exactly why we see certain people not in the ring with things. It doesn't even have to just be music. This is why you'll never see Floyd entertaining certain fights. I've been undefeated my entire life. I'm not going to risk this type of moment. Everything that we're watching with Drake is exactly why we don't get certain competitions that we be wanting as fans.
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah, for
the way
sure.
we were treating this man, we would never let Floyd live it down if he lost. You know what I'm saying? If they did, but even the
But it's also
conversation.
like Floyd ducked fights. Like, you ducked one of the biggest fights we wanted to see at the time, and then you gave it to us
100%.
way later. Like,
And guess what we call him? Undefeated.
yeah, he is. He
We call
is.
him undefeated.
He
You
is
know,
undefeated.
as
For sure.
we know that during this time frame that he ducked. Give it 10 years from now as boxing evolves and that story starts to water down. Only those that were either there during that time or boxing enthusiasts will know that he quote unquote ducked. It's going to turn into that. Oh, he ducked. Then the story is just going to go on to be, oh, he's just undefeated. So I'd rather have you feel me? Would you rather just end up being undefeated, or would you rather be marked in history as, man, he was a great winner and then he got tested in the chin that one time? And here we are.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to Loaded Lux. It ain't about how many fights you had. It's who you fought.
Who you fought.
And this what
Yeah.
champions look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the Muhammad Ali's, for the Mike Tyson, it's like, yeah, they failed, but they're also great. And it's not like the fact that they lost doesn't discount none of their greatness. So it's like, if you went ahead and took the greatest fights that you could take at your prime, and you went 5-2 or whatever it is with that, cool. Because you got the championships, you took your L's, you took your wins, you came back, you won, great. But if you running around like, yo, I'm undefeated, and we look through your record and it's a little like, yo, you took
and that's
folks
what I'm saying
late,
is
you
different.
took folks old, you took, like, you
That's
undefeated,
why
but you beating
that's
up
why I'm
on the
saying it's
young
different
man.
though. Not because okay, there's a difference between yelling you're undefeated and you have been undefeated, and now people are waiting for your first loss, versus even like your Ali's in them. They had losses. So once you've already been down to earth at one point, it's not the same weight to take a loss as it is to somebody that was been undefeated this entire time. Right. So Ali had losses on his way up during his prime, and then even, you know what I'm saying? So he had losses in certain areas. It's like, all right, damn, he lost. damn, that's crazy, but he gonna get it back. It's not the same feel like, oh my God, we never seen him beat before. That's what the Mayweathers are. That's what the Drakes are. Like them situations. People were still looking past in the masses the Pusha T situation. So he's undefeated.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then you just got stole. Like night
Got
night
your
is
ass
done.
beat. Got your ass
Right?
beat. Like,
Right. So now I would take that and it's like, all right, on the flip side, you win. And then we transition into this Jay Z lawsuit. Is there such thing as a sore winner? Because now that the case has been dropped, we see Jay Z pressing charges. You were mentioned in the Diddy lawsuit. Girl recanted her statement. In the current situation, we got the attorney saying that the witness was intimidated. We still don't have the name. It's still Jane Doe, but you already got her to admit. I don't want to say got her because that comes with implications. There already has been a backtrack of the statement, right? She said it didn't happen according to the statements that we have now. She said that she was told by attorney Buzbee, allegedly, to add Jay Z's name into it because it's going to come with more of a payout. Is he doing too much to keep pursuing? Because according to Buzbee, Jay Z and them sent private investigators over. That's how they got the confirmation of this, and it could possibly look like intimidation.
I'm not. Listen, man. If you put my name in that lawsuit and allege that I did what they said he did, and it's capped, and I know it's capped, and it's been capped this whole time, no, we need to get you up out of here. Like you practicing law doing this. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like you misrepresenting victims. You lying under oath. You doing a lot of bullshit, and not on my name. We're not. No, we're gonna get you up out of here.
How does it look to have a situation where you send private investigators? The statement that they are publishing was just 2 private investigators and her in the room. No representation, just her by herself. They pulled up to her door. And then you release the statement. Okay.
That's crazy.
Let me just add to the fact, while later in the documents, and this is out there for anybody that you want to pull it up, they have the private investigators report. They document everything in detail. The recanting of the statement is one thing, and that's listed later on in the documents. But the big portion of it, where it starts off, is more so her saying, I'm backing down because I'm scared of Jay Z and his fans. Not so much that she's allegedly taking back the statements, but her primary thing, even within their report, is her saying, I'm only doing this because I'm scared of the backlash of him and his supporters.
The recourse. That's fair. That's a fair point. It's tough as the person accused, right? I would feel like, you're defending yourself. So if we've gotten to a point where the case is thrown out, you've withdrawn the statement and all of that, and I'm going in under name is only put here for money, right? But you're not even saying I did this because there's any semblance of I actually did it. This is all money, and it's based off of this person telling you to do so. I can understand like the empathy that one would want to have for the woman, because you know how the internet is. But as a person that's accused of that, and that being the person that did the accusation, so like in a sense, like you gotta do what you gotta do to clear your name, and those types of charges don't go away type shit. So if that's the public chatter, the peanut gallery is what they talking about, we trying to squash that. So I understand going after the attorney that brought these charges forward in the first place. Like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, dog. What are you? We not like you playing games, and you playing with your license. Like, type of shit is we on.
He's doubling down though. Buzbee is sitting there saying like she still is standing by her statement. That's what he's publicly putting out. That the Jane Doe is still standing by the statements and the allegations that she made, which adds kind of some more muddy waters to it, because you're being sued for false allegations. You're still sitting here saying she is agreeing and still doubling down on what the accusations were. which now could potentially put her in the limelight for a suit as well. At the end of the day, we still don't know her name, right? There hasn't been. I would assume, I guess up there, maybe in New York or however that case may be on the federal level, that they have to reveal this information to the accused party. That's a possibility, because I'm still lost on how do the investigators know where to go if this is a Jane Doe situation. So
I
maybe
think
they only know behind
I
closed
think they
doors.
I think they figured out who she was. Her name might be out. Her name might
She's
be
still
out.
listed as Jane Doe.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to look
even in
again.
the even in the private investigators' information, they still list her as Jane Doe.
They
So
might have
I
to.
might have missed it.
They might have to, but her name might be out. But go ahead, continue.
I'm thinking if I read it correctly, they even introduced the document saying that she preferred to still remain anonymous, so they were going to refer to her as Jane Doe throughout the documentation.
Okay.
So I'm not fully sure if that information is out there, but it's all one of them situations, because the reason why I asked the question, do you still continue to do this, is more so this wasn't a standalone lawsuit. You were named in a bigger RICO that's already going on with P. Diddy and Sean Combs, whatever you want to call him. So it wasn't like this was a standalone. That's why I asked, you just, all right, you got your name at least cleared from this particular situation. We don't know if there's more to come as we wait for the trial to unfold for Diddy, but you got your name cleared on this situation. Do you know what I'm saying? You just kind of calm it down and wait for it. That's why I asked the question, because on the flip side, I'm circling back. I know we touched on it before in last week or the week before his episode, but the whole Diddy lawyer quitting.
Yeah.
And so when that ties into Jay Z, Diddy's lawyer quitting, I did a little bit more research on dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's been practicing since the 80s. His big thing, especially up in New York, is preventing the death penalty. That's always been his thing. So he's had a couple people that have been charged and they were trying to press the death penalty on him, where he's been able to negotiate. They serve life instead of the death penalty. And that ranges from, he specifies more so in the marginalized community. Oddly enough, his last name is Rico, which if it's me, I don't want to hire a lawyer that's named after the charges that I got. That's me
crazy.
personally.
It's crazy.
Right.
No, he might have some inside information. You never gotta do the.
But I mean, yeah. But looking at his path, and I'm looking at Diddy's situation, I feel like this, because this is one of the situations where most people don't really know. So, like I said, he fights to prevent the death penalty. He's also defended terrorists that have already gone and done terroristic acts, including Osama bin Laden, post 9/11. Post 9/11, defended Osama bin Laden in court with the argument of, we can't assign somebody the death penalty because he is not an American citizen and does not understand the American laws and was not here to represent. That's his argument in court, right?
That is
so this guy,
that is a lawyer that you need on your team, brother.
You need on your team. This man defended bin Laden and
he don't want to defend you.
Quit you. He defended what was one of the biggest tragedies in American history, and the man accused of it, doesn't want to defend you.
I'm gonna bring back the spirit of Rose, since he's not with us today. That brother really might be on some tapes. Like if you if you allegedly, we joking, we talking shit, we keeping it clean.
You telling me the tapes are worse than terrorism?
Listen, man,
the tapes are worse than terrorism.
That ain't his terrorism. You feel me? That's bruh them. That's bruh them stuff. That ain't him. That's them.
Dog,
that's crazy though. He defended Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden post 9/11.
He said, "I under no circumstances cannot continue."
Under no circumstances. You defended numero uno on the world's most wanted list in the same city that he attacked.
That he did we still ain't rebuilt the joint yet. Like it's still. He said,
he got into
y'all got how many bottles of baby oil? Y'all found how many? I'm cool. I'm out. I'm straight.
Attorney Rico bounced off the Frico case, dog. That's the wickedness, bro.
Rico's off the
Rico off the Frico, bro. What you mean? Dog, to say you
Oh,
without a shadow of a doubt cannot proceed with this case, man.
that's crazy.
Osama,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Osama.
That's very different. We look.
You-
I look. I don't look. I told y'all last time. I think Buddy cooked. I think he fried. I think he's fried. I
I don't even
think,
think we have a glimpse into what's fully going on back there,
and
man.
that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. It's like we've seen what we've seen, but we haven't. They haven't even presented the case. Now, I do think New York doesn't do the like on camera trials, so I don't think we're gonna get to watch it because I don't think we got to watch 6ix9ine's trial. Yeah, no, we didn't. So yeah, I think we're gonna just
Mm,
have to like follow it because yeah, they don't do the because with New York it's always a drawing. They always got the drawings of the people in court. They don't never like do the filming. That's
you're
every
right.
state. Yeah, every state don't do that. So we ain't gonna like
Is
see
it?
it, but we gonna have to follow it, and that I think that shit
Yeah.
is gonna unravel like a wild ball of yarn. That's gonna be
Ooh,
a wicked,
ooh. I
wicked
think that's
ball
one
of
of them
yarn.
they need to play. They need to show that one, man. And I'm not even saying it from like this. This sounds wicked, like a viewer spectatorship perspective of it, but it's so ingrained into entertainment. And with what we've been seeing over these years between him, between Cosby, between Kelly, Weinstein, all these other type of people, y'all having these all the way tying into the Epsteins and Ghislaine Maxwell's, y'all keep having these conversations behind closed doors. So just us as citizens of the states, it's not like you're making us feel any better that you're taking care of a situation, right? You holding trials, even though I understand it's federal, because I think that might also be the separation of it, since it's a federal charge, even though they're having the trial in New York, it's still a federal case. And
Yeah,
I don't know if they really play the federal side as much, but at that level with these people, I
but
think
at that point, you might be running into, and we getting very deep into the juror piece, but like you might be running into
yeah,
certain, like now we putting this on TV. I think that's what Luigi's lawyer was just saying the other day. Like it's not even real information on Brad and all of these documentaries going out. Like I'm having to get
yeah,
information from the docs, and how is that not tainting the jury? You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like if we
right.
can't find no space where you are shown in a neutral light, fuck a good light, just a neutral one. How are we gonna keep this clean for the jury to be able to make us a sound decision? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I
Yeah,
think
that's crazy.
you run into a lot of tricks and tricks of the trade with that shit.
Right, because I also never even thought about how you get selected for a federal juror to be a federal juror. Man, like, do they just scoop you and fly you out from another state? I don't think they do that, but it's like that. That
Yeah.
if you slid across my desk and it's a federal crime, I automatically want to say no, because if it hit that level, I don't want to be involved. I don't want my name even associated, bro.
Not
I'm
guilty.
cool, bro.
Not guilty. I don't
Yeah, bro.
want no issues with
The
nobody.
feds,
Not guilty. We're
not
good.
not the county, not the state, the feds. I'm solid, bro.
Said, nah, you
But
got pulled. I don't
nah,
want to know about, brother. You got it.
I'm good, bro. But no, I bring that up because it now, mind you, it's also even crazier tying in the Jay Z back to the Diddy thing. Diddy has a team of lawyers, bro. Most situations that you watch, you might know that prominent one lawyer that's out here defending it. You know, we've seen other people get away with certain situations. This boy has an entire team, which it
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me if Rico's not the last one to quit. Something's going on, man. Something's going on, bro.
He's
Something's going on.
fucked. I think he's fucked. I genuinely think he is fucked. Like I don't. It's one of those where it's like it's been going on for so long, but he was low key telling you. There's all of the circumstantial evidence that could point to that'll work for a jury, and then you also have the actual evidence of bruh being a fucking madman. So it's like once you lock in all of these things together and just present A, B, C, D, E, it's like what are we doing?
Yeah,
Why would you
yeah.
not take you that man said, I'm gonna give y'all my house for bail. They said no.
Nah,
you
nah,
need to you need to go take a plea, brother. You need to go figure something out because that
nah, man.
it's over with, man. It's over with. All that nasty shit. Get it out of here. Get that shit up out of here.
I know. this one of them, it goes down as a celebration for both the feds and for even the prosecuting attorney. Is like, you're not supposed to miss this shot, bro. Like, you can't ask.
Listen,
All you got to do is just catch and dunk. Like, the oop is there. You just like, you don't even have to go out. You just
I feel like this. If he get off, I feel like it's gonna be as crazy as if like back when the OJ shit happened. Like
this
the
bigger
way
than OJ.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying it's bigger for sure, but I'm saying like it's that much of a layup. Like I went back the other day, I went back and watched one of them the OJ doc on Netflix. I went back through and just looked through I'm watching all this evidence, all of this shit. I'm like, wait. Hold on, fam. They done found
Johnny,
they done
bro.
found this stuff over here, over there. They done found a glove over here, another one over there. They didn't put all of this going, and you just if it don't fit, get him
Rest in peace, Johnny.
Rest in peace, Johnny Cochran.
Rest in peace, Johnny, bro.
That is insanity. That man.
Did he?
Like it's right there.
That's like
they said. I think they said that the chances that bruh couldn't have done this is like 1 in like a billion some shit. Like he did it. Like for anybody not paying attention, he did it. That means he did it. And the jury was like, I ain't rolling.
Nah.
Rest in peace, Johnny.
Because the crazy, man. Because the crazy part is like at least it seems like one of them situations. If Diddy beats this trial, you're gonna have a collective community ready to jump him in the streets but everybody's like, nah, we can't let this one slide, bro.
You gotta go. He might get outcast. We talking about hip hop, and he got money. And
I don't know if he still has it. They probably froze all his accounts by now, but I'm sure he has something elsewhere.
You know that man got some offshore situations. Buddy got some offshore situations going on. You got that much money running around.
I still can't believe he didn't run. I still can't believe he didn't run, bro. I still can't believe he didn't run, bro.
You would have ran? You would have got about it?
Oh, what? I'm sorry, bro. As if I got the money, and as soon as you start telling me they looking for me, the first country that doesn't extradite. We've been watching somebody.
You on your Snowden vibe?
Doing this shit. Man, what? I don't even know if I'm Snowden. I'm posting TikToks like Russ and wherever he is doing his stretches, yoga poses, breathing deeply as he avoids his allegations, bro. I would have been right there. Been gone.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, but again, when you're dealing with that type of arrogance, you know what I mean? You like, bro, it ain't nothing going on. Can't nobody touch me. You think you cleaning everything out? You thinking, get rid of all the pizza boxes, all of that? It's like you thought you had to play. It's over now. It's over now.
Just for Rico to quit the Frico, bro. That's a hell of a downturn, bro. That's a hell of a downturn, man.
Oh man, keeping it moving in hip hop, man. I came across this clip this week from Kool Moe Dee, legendary hip hop figure. You know what I'm saying? Legend, one of the pioneers of the genre. I came across this clip and we'll play it. I want to get your take on it.
Process, because I said for me, the first sellout in the hood is a drug dealer, and people don't look at it that way. And expound on that. The first sellout is a drug dealer because I'm just trying to feed my family is not an answer for you to be able to kill my family. You can't kill my family because you're trying to feed your family. So you're the first sellout. And we co-sign that and be cool. It's like, he's just trying to eat. He's not just trying to eat. He's killing your family while he's trying to eat. You're creating a climate that makes black on black the worst thing on the planet. You're killing black people trying to make a living. And the oppressor is absolutely loving that. And I said, they love a drug dealer. Your colonizer loves a drug dealer because you're killing your people to feed yourself.
So that's what Kool Moe Dee had to say about, he said the first sellout in our community was the drug dealer. What'd you think about that, man?
Man, first of all, that's tough. And I want to give a shout out to, because he said that on Willie D's podcast. So shout out to Willie D and what he got going on over there. But it takes a experienced person in life to say something like that, because honestly, that's probably like the first time that my mind would have had processed that order. Like we talk about it in a roundabout way. We've also had many a conversations before within the community. Like, man, this is what you're doing to yourself, and whoop-de-whoop. But to word it that way, as labeling someone as a sellout, is a different take, and it's hard to disagree with on that, because you can't expect me to still love you if you're putting down my family just to big yours up.
Yep.
In the simplest terms with that. And it's not even just putting down, you're potentially killing my family in some way, shape, or form by introducing poison to their system. And you doing this more so with people that look like you.
Yep.
A lot of and I would assume, and we can all have that understanding, the people that he's referencing are those that tend to aim for a community. You didn't go over there with the others and promote this product. You also know whatever it is that you're doing is a part of the system that they already set up for you, that they intentionally infiltrated our neighborhoods to set these products in place, and then you just ran with it. It's hard to be mad at them that don't look like us, and then now all of a sudden, but you get a pass after you took said gameplay and ran with the baton, bro. Like, yeah, man. My mom wants to eat too. my kids got to eat too. We all in the same situation, like, especially when you're looking at it, it's like a lot of times we're coming from places none of us wanted to be here in the first place. Yeah, man, it resonates with me. It resonates with me, and I might still be too young in my mindset to have even thought of wording it that way. So shout out to Kool Moe Dee for saying that in the first place, because it opens up the door to a real conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, man. I think that statement he made, shout out to Kool Moe Dee for making the statement, it brings into the conversation of accountability for, like, within the bullshit that we had to face. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, the system put these things in our neighborhoods by design. Yes, they wanted us to be on drugs and killing each other, and within that, you made the shit a self-cleaning mechanism. You know what I'm saying? Like, you took it and exacerbated and sped up the process by filtering it through us specifically. Like, now, instead of it being this, oh, you got to go over here to get it, you got to go over there to get it, or it's not over here at all. Now it's just up and down the block. Right. Up and down the block. He said a lot, but
I don't want us. Right. And I don't want us to come off as insensitive either, because I know for the most part we're younger cats, and we weren't there for the 80s and what that crack epidemic looked like in the 80s. So I don't want to come off as insensitive and not understanding that during those economic times, coming straight off of Reaganomics, and then you have this type of situation where you were desperate to feed your family. I want to make sure that we're speaking on it. By today, we know better. When I can't fault anybody, especially for before my time. Like, I understand it in principle, but it's different when you weren't there to be a part of the tangible actions.
Yeah, I hear you, but like, even for me, like, when I'm talking to, like, my pops or just people from that time frame that grew up in that time and may have taken part in some of that stuff, it's like the incentive was about money. Like you saying, like, folks were trying to eat, but it's like, at the same time, even if you go to watch the documentaries and shit, they'll tell you, the drug dealer will tell you, yeah, man, they was telling us to go down to McDonald's or get this type of job, get that type of job, and the minimum wage is $3 or $4, whatever it is. Ain't no money. I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, dude up the block got XYZ, and he did that in 6 hours. That just make more sense to me. And it's like, it does if you're trying to get money in a quick way, but at the same time, we can bring this to like in Paid in Full. Fuck Uncle Ice, right? That was his name, right? Ice.
Yeah.
Apple Ice. Yeah. Fuck Uncle Ice, right? Because you shouldn't do that to your family. But the one point he did make in that whole movie was, you're not really doing anything, bro. You bring in groceries in this motherfucker, and you have all of this money. Like, this isn't helping anybody. You fucking up the neighborhood. You keeping us in the neighborhood, and you're not looking to do nothing for, like, what are we doing?
And see, where I'm looking at it as, I agree with what you're saying. I think I'm more so, it's one of those situations I would not try to shoot bail. I would think at that time when it was first introduced, you didn't have a full idea of what this was going to do to the community, right?
Fair.
So
Yeah.
as you still getting into it, and then it went from just pure cut to stepped on, and you doing whatever it may be, and as it started to spread out, the effects of it was still blinded by, I'm here for the money. Now fast forward 10 years off of that, and so as now it's a widely known thing, and then now that you start seeing them try to pass bills all the way to the 94 crime bills, like we're trying to tap in on everything, because we understood that the war on drugs was more or less a war against particular looking people.
Right.
So by that point, it's like, okay man, and you have to now accept that morality, that you could be viewed this particular way, but instead, because of the background culture of what we often portray in the music, it made it more cool. So essentially what Kool Moe Dee is selling is like, you made it cool to be a sellout. Certain people, if you were actually doing what it was that you say you were doing, you made it cool to be a sellout, to do that. So all those, the braggadocious mentality of, I flipped this, I served that, whatever the case may be, if you were serving it to people that looked like you, especially by the time we get to 2025, you're talking about the situation where we're 40 plus years into this same operation. You no longer don't know. There's no excuse for that. If you walk through and you are able to consistently step over a person that you see passed out on the ground, or you see have an addiction situation, and knowing that there's a possibility someone in your family is dealing with that, because we to the point now where you see people just openly bragging that they serve to their relatives, mom, sister, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing it in house, man. Now we gotten away from the aspect of making money to feed your family. You just making money for you.
Yeah.
And you just making money for you.
And that's back to what I was saying, like that idea of like, some folks, I gotta help pay bills. Some folks, for sure. I don't think at a certain point, I don't think it was everybody being like, yeah, man, we just real fucked up and I gotta help pay bills. I think it was more so, I want the same shoes everybody else has. I want the same clothes everybody else has. I want the same power that it seems that the people that do this have. You know what I'm saying? And once you really lock into that mode, it's like, dog, this is not no virtuous path that you're taking. You are on a path of destruction.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in a real way, on a real path of destruction. So once you, I think we just got to interrogate that a little bit more, like and have those conversations in a real way, because you do become the first one to fuck up well, not the first one, but you was the one to fuck up the neighborhood and everybody let it rock. And as he said, a colonizer loves that. Like you doing that job for him.
Yep. For free.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you became a free worker again.
You know what I mean?
Free worker again in the same process. I mean?
A self-cleaning, like you really made this shit a self-fulfilling prophecy, damn near. Like, that was Shout out to Kool Moe Dee, man. Shout out to the legends. If you got the time, tap in with some of the legends and their talks of just what they say. The Kool Moe Dees, you gotta do the knowledge. Like I know that's becoming like a thing right now, but like in hip hop as a genre, one of the pillars of hip hop is knowledge. So you do indeed have to do the knowledge.
And I want that to float both ways, from hip hop also over into the Black community, man. Let's make it an effort to get back in touch with the prior generations that have been passing down the game, because it's not many times that I've seen for both rappers and then expanding it to the Black community where they don't want to pass you that information. Most of the times we're not running into a brick wall where they're just like, nah, and then just holding it to selves. They are willing to pass it down. Your approach on how you go about it 100% determines it, because they want to feel safe as well. We've seen the disparities, but for the most part, they want to see the success of us going forward in the future. Tap back in with them to get some of those recipes and make sure that we're doing our due diligence. So I hope this Kool Moe Dee quote, and y'all go watch that entire podcast because he had more of that between him and Willie D, them being respective OGs in themselves. Let that door be open to those conversations.
For sure.
And expound upon it.
For sure. We got to get serious. Well, a little bit more serious. We got to do another rest in peace to this brother, Caleb Wilson of Southern University in Baton Rouge. He lost his life over the last week due to allegedly what seems to be a hazing incident. He was pledging for Omega Psi Phi. What we have so far, and again, this is all alleged through, investigation so far. What we have so far is he was taking part in a hazing ritual. This ritual involved being punched in the chest by someone with boxing gloves on. He was punched and he collapsed. It's unclear. I'm not really sure, but it seems they may have taken him somewhere back to the warehouse or to the warehouse where this was taking place, fixed his clothes and then taking him to the hospital. I'm not really sure about that, but I read that in one of the articles. When they got to the hospital, they said that he had collapsed from being struck in the chest by a basketball. As it stands right now, one person has been charged, Mr. Caleb McCrae, who used to go to the Southern University. And Omega Psi Phi has had to cease all fraternity activities following this incident. And thoughts and prayers, condolences to his family, to everybody involved in this situation. We want to wish good energy and positivity over Southern University and all those students affected by this as well. What was your thoughts when you saw this happen?
Echoing the sentiment of rest in peace to the young brother. Him and his family seem to be well connected with that community, and it has got to the point where even the owners of the Pelicans and the Saints, I believe, was sending their condolences because they work closely with the family as well. So he was a band member in the Human Jukebox. Shout out to that band, another HBCU classical performer or set of performers. But for him, these are one of those situations that you sad to hear about. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those, obviously, hazing overall is something that's frowned upon in the fraternity and sorority or Greek life for that matter. And it's one of those things that's not supposed to happen. Whether that does is always done in secret, and you hope not to see these types of situations, because the purpose of those groups is to try to build a community, and that is the idea of giving back, brotherhood, sisterhood, and then turn that into a community aspect. So I would think we're looking at a sad time, right? And we're gonna have to figure out how that goes.
Yeah. Did you ever want to be a part of a fraternity or anything like that growing up?
I did at one point, but I don't know if I necessarily had a strong tie to it. So by the time I was going into college, especially being a military kid, you had your own idea of brotherhood and whatnot growing up in a cultural environment, and I'm the youngest of 4 boys, so it would have been something to do. But I don't think I had like a strong drive behind it, because there was a particular fraternity I was looking at while I was in college and had started to interact with them, but it never really transpired that way.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I always thought and this is no disrespect to anybody in the fraternity, I always thought that shit was crazy. Like when like my mentor or like other people I talked to that was older, that was in fraternities, would tell me about their hazing stories and shit. I would be like, yo, how the fuck y'all was just letting this happen? And they was like, yeah, man, gotta do what you gotta do, be a part of the crew. I'm like, y'all could have just joined a gang if that was what we was gonna do. Like, they beating y'all up and all types of crazy shit. Like,
and again, don't want to put that on anyone as a confirmation, but I definitely you're not just gonna put your hands on me like for free. You feel me? You're not just gonna put your hands on me and me just accept it.
Like, that shit is insane. But I mean, hazing has been deemed hazing has been deemed illegal. You know what I'm saying? So this is like an illegal act, and the fraternities and sororities do denounce this. They do say that they don't participate in this, and this was off campus incident. Right. So, we want to be clear in that. But yeah, man, if we're gonna be a part of these fraternities and these groups, you should be subjecting somebody to getting beat up, dehumanized, basically tortured in some of these cases. Like this shit ain't necessary, man.
Yeah. So man, rest in peace to the young brother. And prayers out to him and his families. Prayers out to the university and those that support him. And hopefully we can move on peacefully. We do got to talk about something just recently became hot, and I think it opens up a conversation on the idea of how to handle certain business. I don't know if you folks are aware, but there was a conversation between who one is arguably considered a GOAT in the sport, LeBron James, and one that's arguably considered a GOAT in the commentary world or the sports broadcasting world, Stephen A. Smith. While Stephen A. Smith was sitting courtside at a Lakers game, LeBron approached him. One-off conversation that was not prompted for it, and more or less told him, "Watch how you talk about my son." Right? And Stephen A. Smith responded saying, "Hey, that wasn't a basketball player that approached me. That was a father." And then broke down his side on this is what he was doing. Stephen A. Smith feels that the messages that he was giving in most of the times that he was speaking in a negative light was more so addressed towards LeBron himself as the position that he put his son, Bronny James, in, more so than speaking to actually Bronny Jr. What are your thoughts on how that played out?
I mean, I understand Bron in a sense, but at the same time, it's like, bro, this your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like you was the one that popped out saying that your son was better than most of the people in the NBA. You was the one popped out saying he should be drafted right now because he better than y'all. And then we saw him get drafted. You the one that went and told teams, "Hey, if you trying to get with me, draft my son because I'm trying to play with my son." You got him on the team, and for what it's worth, he was out there stinking up the joint. So it's like you put him in this position. You used, like, it's nepotism. We can call it. We can keep it clean. We can call it what it is. You used your position to get your son a position. Cool. Nobody mad at that. It's dope. You the first player to ever play with their son. It's good. All of that's great. But when your son is out there on dirt, you want now we can't talk about it because it's your son. He was out there on dirt. Like he's getting better. And shout out to Bronny James because he's getting better. Like he putting up buckets in the G League for sure. And I just seen him like scoring like 3 people the other day in one of them games. So it's like he's getting better. But for what it was worth at the time when he was playing, bro, he was out there getting cooked. Tyrese Maxey put a 40 on his head. Like come on, bro. We can't talk about it because that's your son. Well, now we can't talk about it because come on, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Nah. So it's a tough situation to look at because I know a lot of people are laughing, saying that he essentially gave Stephen A. Smith the Will Smith treatment of, keep my boy's name out your mouth. The only thing we were missing was a slap at that point. I think what does bother me is I don't want to start with that. I want to say I understand his sentiments as a father, that you going out here to try to protect your boy, and in a situation where I don't know their relationship, but it seems like overall Stephen A. Smith and Bron, and especially Bron and his compadres with Clutch Sports, they have a working relationship where it might come across as a father that we had an understanding of where we are as peers, potentially friends behind the scenes. And it appears the way that you are talking about my son is always with ill intent. You're going out of your way to keep naming my son. I understand that that's what your business is, and you guys talk about the media, whatever the case may be. I'm starting there on the
Your
fatherhood
son is
tip.
trash.
That's the
You
fatherhood
talking
tip.
sports,
The
and your son is
business
dirt
side.
on the
The
sports tip.
business side, I agree with you on the business side, because I'm trying to. I would put myself, if we put ourselves in Bronny's shoes, how would you feel if your mom or your dad was running down on people like that? Like we in a professional setting, because I you
And
know what I'm saying? Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like you get to a point where it's like, dog, it's like, it's one of them where it's like, we all know Brett's your son. He's never gonna escape that. He's LeBron James Jr. You feel what I'm saying? Like we understand. So with that being said, once he's in the league now, don't keep trying to chaperone him around and shit. Like, he already in the league. He gonna have to take his lumps, just like you had to take your lumps, just like Kobe had to take his lumps, just like Jordan had to take his lumps. Everybody gonna get they talk when it comes to the media. You know that better than anybody. They talk about you every day. So it's like, once we get to the and when you made it a spectacle, I could understand if it was Bronny went through his 4 years of college or 3 years of college, whatever, got drafted, came up, and now he playing, and he just so happened to get drafted to your team or some shit. Cool. You went out your way to say, hey, yo, if you want to play with me, you need to draft my son. Right. So once he's here now, once they bend it to your will, all right, cool. We gonna let it rock. We gonna draft him up. We ain't even gonna send him down to the G League. We gonna let him play on the team. Now he on the team, out there playing garbage minutes like garbage. And when the spectators and the commentators get to be like, this has been the biggest talk of the draft, and this is what he's doing. Like, he was talking about Bronny more than the number 1 pick. What did you when he gets out there playing like trash, and I'll go do my job and say, yo, he's playing like dirt. Bron, why did you put your son in this situation? He's playing like dirt, and you knew he wasn't ready for this.
Yeah.
You can't then come to me and be like, yo, as a father, watch how you talk about my son. Nigga, was you being a nigga?
And to be clear, Stephen A. Smith, that was his words, saying that was a father that approached him. He didn't say that's the words that he used. So if anything, Stephen A. Smith
he said, keep my son out that shit. He may have said something to the effect of, say what you want about me, but keep my son out that shit.
And you know, that's a part
of you've attached yourself to your son. That's
there you go.
Issue.
And the other part is I have pushback as well, because you don't approach the players that talk about your son that way. You don't approach players that have smoke with you in that same direction. But you at 40 wanting to now go run down on a 60-year-old man, and you know his profession. You feel me? That I do have an issue with that, because that's not the representation. Even as a son, I wouldn't want to see my father now all of a sudden trying to pick on somebody that you know can't do nothing. There's been multiple people that have had smoke with you directly in your face. So now you taking away even Bronny's situation of, all right, if we understand that we're men here, as you pass through your trials and tribulations, you have to prove that you can survive that fire. 2, you took that opportunity away from me. So now imagine, as soon as you retire, this is what I got to deal with in the locker room. Daddy not here to protect you. Was he going to run down on the coach? You feel me? So
exactly.
I think you can kind of tell. It feels weird to say that you know that he was waiting for an opportunity to approach Stephen A. And I think if he was to have hindsight settle in, I don't think he would have done it there, as opposed to probably trying to catch him elsewhere where it was a one-on-one conversation. Because even what Stephen A. Smith was saying was he wouldn't have talked about it at all if it wasn't for the fact that it was already circulating in the media. He would have left that behind closed doors. And he also made another fact of, if you felt the way, you got my number.
And I saw somebody say, like, why would I take the phone call if I could just talk to you right here? And I do understand that. But I think, again, there's a way to have that conversation, and leave my son out that shit, bro, is not the way to have that conversation. To me, and even I get it on some like, yo, we in a timeout, we in the middle of a timeout. I'm just finna go over here. Hey, bro, I don't give a fuck what you say about me. Keep my son out that shit and walk off. Like, that shit.
Right.
That's how you want to leave it there. I feel you, but there's more. I think there's more to that because in that space, you kind of frame it like, yo, bro, you fucking with my son. And it's like, dog, your son is a public figure. Your son is a basketball player. I'm not saying yes. I'm not talking about nothing personal about your son. I'm talking about his skill level.
Basketball. We're talking about basketball.
We're talking basketball.
And even for the why would I take that phone call? Hey man, this conversation has been happening since the draft. So it's almost been a year since the draft.
Yeah.
That's why on my side is like, I don't know whether or not they've crossed paths, but it's been 6 months where it looks like one of those you definitely should have called if y'all haven't, instead of trying to wait for him to be courtside, because that means you just been letting it fester. And between the time that it got started to the point that you saw him, how many other people have said something in that manner? So do you only address him? Because he's not the only one with that narrative. He's not the only one on that particular cast that has said something similar to that ilk. So did you approach Shannon, or did you not approach Shannon because Shannon calls you the GOAT? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you only go after people that don't agree with you being number one? And we have those alleged stories of the way that Clutch Sports has ran down on people at both ESPN and Fox News. So it creates more of an uphill climb for your son because of you not giving that space. I don't even know, it'd be hard to put that on his name, but if you were to give Bronny a chance to speak, would he be like, yeah, I want my dad to go and do that? Because we would judge other fathers. We would judge Pat Mahomes' father. We would judge John Morant's father. We see Kenyon Martin's kid actively playing in the league as we speak. And even he's on his own podcast talking about, man, let my son do what he does. I have to give him that space, you know?
Yeah.
So I think overall it's a weird look. I get it as a dad. You want to defend. You have to defend. You never turn that off. That's always going to be. But then again, at the same time, you cross lines out of business. If it was anywhere else that wasn't basketball, would you go into your son or daughter's office work and office space and then try to run down on them or whoever their manager was and complain the same way?
You know what I mean? Yeah, I definitely feel you, man. That I don't know. I thought that was some lame shit on Bron's part. I ain't gonna hold you. I thought it was whack. Like I don't know. It become a thing with Bron where it's just like you always complaining about the media, and we get it. It's the media, but at the same time, fam, shut up. Like, shut up. You've been in the league 20-some years. You got 40,000 points. You got rings. You got. Shut up. You're the guy. You're the face of the league. They're gonna talk about you every single day. They're gonna find a way to talk about you when they don't need to be talking about you, because you're the face of the league. You took yourself to LA. You're doing movies. You're doing the whole thing. You can't expect this shit to just be one way. We only gonna talk about you when it's dope, and we just gonna not say nothing when you need to be criticized or when folks think or have a criticism of you. Like, stop that shit. That's why folks don't let him get the GOAT title, bro, because you always bitching.
And it's tough too, because again, it's like he didn't do what we haven't seen parents do before. We see it in Little League, but it's a way to go about it, and it's like, bro,
but it's different if you're going to talk to the coach. I get it if I'm going to talk to the coach. I understand. If I'm pulling up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You running down on the score. You run down, dude, at the score table. Talk about some, yo, next time my son strike out, don't say nothing. Fuck are we, yo?
And I also want to put it out there, man. I know some of y'all are trying to say, oh, Stephen A backed down and he's standing. Nah, Stephen stood right there. I got to give props. He stood right there.
Still right there and nodded his head. Like, yeah, for sure. So, like, what did y'all expect? Stephen, an old man.
He's old man, bro. He stood right there. So,
man, Stephen ain't Shannon. Sharp. He's not looking to run a fade with LeBron as Staples Center. Come on, man, relax. Like that, but yeah, I want to see Bronny do great. I want to see Bronny turn up. We don't often see the son of one of the greatest motherfuckers also be that great or anywhere close. Right. So I hope to see that. I do want to see that, but I think LeBron is in the fucking way. Honestly,
and
like
is
he hooping and
develop, bro.
Let him develop, bro. Like he's hooping in the G League. He's hooping in the G League. He get out there with y'all and getting fried. Why does he have to do that? Why does he have to go through that?
Because on the cool, it's like you also have to,
with the folks that's like around his area and skill, and he going crazy. Let him work his way up to the team.
Let him work, man.
Stop pulling him up to the team for 2 days, then send him back to the G League for a week, then bring him back. Like, stop, bro, stop.
But it's and again, we've seen similar stuff like that. We've seen the JV people ride the bench on varsity. We've seen that before. Like, you get your shine, but it's still also, it's a testament to how elite that talent is at that level. Now, I will say this: we said a lot. We judging it. You could think it's weak. There is a caveat, though. I'm allowed to say this as a father and talk about my son, as long as y'all have been letting bum ass Thanasis over there continue to play in this league. I should be allowed to run down on anybody, because we know for a fact Bronny is better than that lame ass that y'all been letting Giannis.
You better chill. Thanasis be running down on these podcasts.
I don't care. I don't care, man. Catch me.
You say you still trash. Thanasis go
trash.
TA gonna pull up about it. TA gonna pull up.
You could pull up over here, but you can't pull up to the gym to work on your trash ass game, man.
You can't pull up from the 3 or from the elbow or from the free throw line.
You got the same wingspan as your brother, and you airball layups. Don't talk to me about Bronny if I'm letting you.
Salute to
you
Giannis,
feel me?
Man. Salute to Giannis. And it's one of them where it's like the nepotism is there. We all see it. We all know what's going on. So don't be running around trying to puff your chest out when we say what it is. Like, come on, bro. We know what this is. We know what this is. You told him, hey, you want to sign me? Sign my brother. All right. Because you the Greek freak. We whatever. Cool. You want to sign me? Sign my son. Cool. Got it. You're Bron. No problem. Don't let it be once they get out there and airball the layup, niggas be like, look at this shit here. This motherfucker then got a free ticket to the team and it's trash. And you be like, yo, watch how you talk about my chill out, man.
I'm allowed to say whatever I want as long as the Thanasis exists in this league.
That's bullshit. That's
Stephen
bullshit.
A. I don't see you down in this, man.
Hey, the Thanasis don't play. The Thanasis don't play.
Yes, he get the same garbage minutes Bronny do.
But I'm saying, but that's the thing. It's like he getting garbage minutes. Ain't nobody. The Thanasis was never no motherfucking story. It was never a story about the Thanasis. It's just like, oh, brother. Oh, you know, Giannis' brother play on the team too. Nah, I didn't know that.
There should be a documentary on how as players survive in the league. There should be some commentary on dude. There should be.
He survived by his brother. He survived by his name.
You know what I'm saying?
He survived by his name. But I don't think Bronny is in that space to where he would have to do that. Like, he's clearly, we see Brett can play. So it's like, you can have a name for yourself. I think Pop's got to get out the way for real. Like, you got Luka. You got Luka on the squad. You're on the squad. It's very, like, keep it clean, bro. Bronny could win a ring this year.
Yep.
Bronny could very well have a ring strictly off the strength of his pops. That's great. Cool. All that's great. If that's the case, you should probably just lay low, keep developing, and let it rock. All of this extra, your pops running up on Stephen A. Smith. Your pops ran up on Stephen A. Smith, nigga.
Stephen A. Smith. And it's not to say Stephen A. shouldn't be ran up on, but
like Stephen A. is not without reproach. But like, come on, man. Come on.
Like, this wasn't the case. This wasn't the case.
Come on, dog. Like, see, we seen what Stephen A. Smith was doing with AI. We know the lengths that Stephen A. goes when it comes to players. We also know Stephen A. will shit on some players for sure. Slavo, man, like, we know how it go, but you ain't one of them.
Kwame Brown.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like LeBron, you ain't been that. He ain't never really gave you that level of sauce for you to be like, you pull up on Skip like that, I'm rolling. I'm with it. Pull up on Skip with that bullshit. But don't, come on, bro. Stephen A., come on, man. Relax.
And that's what I was saying, bro. We have watched you throughout your career pick and choose who you run down on.
Yeah, there was people that choosing your fights.
There was people that openly wanted to fade with you after you called scenarios.
Can't be picking and choosing your fights, J. Cole. He can't be picking and choosing your fights, Jermaine. LeBron is definitely J. Cole. If you're talking big three shit, LeBron is. Come on, man. Come on, man. Jordan is Drake.
LeBron would be
got
Drake.
The numbers. Jordan is Drake. He got the numbers.
No, Jordan is not. We are not about. Nah, no, sir.
Yes,
no,
he
sir.
is. K Dot is big. K Dot is Jordan. I mean, K Dot is Kobe. We know that.
Drake is not no Jordan.
It's Drake, bro. Drake is cold.
No, it's not.
Drake is cold. Drake just
Drake is wrong because of stats.
I'm saying this one. I'm saying, yeah, in a sense.
Not you got Jordan is a winner.
No, for sure he's
Drake
a winner.
A loser.
Drake is a winner, bro. Drake has won. Drake won a lot. Drake won a lot. He's losing a lot right now, but he won a lot. We can't act like Buddy wasn't like if we don't.
Did Jordan win at the biggest level?
Yes.
Did he lose at the biggest level?
No.
Did Drake lose at the biggest level?
Well, it depends on what you call it. The biggest level.
Sorry.
Well, hold on. Follow me. Hold on.
Okay.
Jordan didn't only play basketball, did he?
Say that again.
Jordan didn't only play basketball, right?
He played baseball,
right? In the major league, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So at the biggest level, he was minor league.
He was minor league.
He was minor league. Did he win anything?
Almost.
Did he win anything? Oh, okay. So he didn't always win at the major level.
But did he win in his respective sport that he was there for?
In one of them. He played 2 sports. Nigga played 2 sports.
He was known for. Did he win?
Let's not close in the spectrum. He played 2 sports.
Bron losing
at a professional level.
Losing in the same sport. Bron's losing in the same sport.
I understand it.
He's won sometimes. He's lost more than he's won.
I understand that.
Did Drake lose more? Did Drake win more than he lose?
You would get us back into this Drake ass conversation.
You made the reference.
I did make the reference. I did make the reference. I'm gaslighting you right now. Let me see. Did he? Nah, he didn't win more than he lost. He didn't. He would be okay. That's fair. I'll give you that. But what I'm saying is, in a sense, what I'm saying in the comparison is, J. Cole just want to rap the way LeBron just want to play ball. Like KD type shit. It's like
want to play ball. LeBron wants to play ball with all of his friends and gather everybody together. LeBron doesn't just want to play ball, but also.
But I'm saying he wants to like. I want to do the sport thing. He's not necessarily concerned with the winning the same way J. Cole wasn't necessarily, because once it was time to be number 1 in the big 3, he was like, I'm cool, just playing my little spot, doing what I'm doing. Cool. I feel like that's the same thing with the. Huh?
Nah, that's the opposite of Bron. Bron wants to still be number 1 while teaming up with his people. It's very evident. The only time he was even remotely willing to take a backseat was with Dwayne Wade, because the Heat were Dwayne Wade.
So he would.
That's the only time.
So he would be Drake.
Yes.
Okay.
He still wants to be acknowledged as a leader. That's why he keeps crowning himself.
So Kendrick is Jordan. So Kendrick is Jordan.
I'm not mad at the Kobe reference for Kendrick. I don't think any of those big 3 can be a Jordan reference at this current time.
Interesting.
Kendrick, Kobe, I'm not mad
at.
Man.
I don't know, man.
If anything,
5 Grammys, the Pulitzer Prize, he might got 6 rings in hip hop. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's either that, or I think a better reference would be Curry, because while the supposed GOAT was running around, you were just tormenting that man his entire life.
True enough. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Hey, Curry and LeBron got the same amount of rings, but you let them tell it.
That's true.
And in the series of the head ups, I'm up on you. Clearly.
Also true. Okay. I'm rolling.
Change the game forever.
But my point still remains, Jermaine Cole. You cannot pick and choose your fucking fights, sir. All right? I'm looking at you.
Yeah, you can.
All right?
You don't have to talk to Freddie. You don't have to talk to Freddie.
You don't got to talk to Freddie, but you got to talk to somebody.
And I ran it back.
He actually got someone.
I think he got Joey on his own track off of Joey's album. So you don't have to talk to Joey either right now.
Bullshit. Anything. No, I'm saying anything pre-deleting records, you got to talk to niggas. You need to talk to niggas. You need to address your problems and your issues in hip hop, because you did that.
He gonna talk about Drake.
We'll see. We're gonna see. I hope we get it. I hope we get Kendrick and a Kendrick and Cole collab on really team up and say fuck this shit, because bro really threw that man out to the wolves, man. But we ain't gonna get caught up on that shit. Lastly, keeping it basketball, but not on the court, unfortunately, especially with this brother, unfortunately. Anthony Edwards has filed a motion in court, basically saying that he doesn't want anything to do with the mother of his kid, or his kid for that matter. He's willing to pay the bread and keep it pushing, but he don't want nothing to do with the whole situation. I'll start us off with this one.
Yeah, because he's from your area. Go ahead.
I would like Anthony Edwards to shut the fuck up. Shut up. That's number one. Just shut up. Like, it was cool at first. It was dope. The interviews, the shit was cool. It was like, yo, this nigga really Atlanta. Like, it was dope. But now, today, y'all want to be the face of the league, and then you run around doing this off the court. You can't do an interview without, because it's like, all right, bro, enough. You folded up in the playoffs last year. Enough.
Folded is strong word. He folded. He played against arguably the best backcourt duo that we've ever seen. He folded.
You see my face?
This man playing with a teammate. He got one that started COVID in the NBA.
You the one. You told Obama you the one. You told Obama you was him. When you was pulling up, going to the meetings with the president, you was talking about, yo, I'm him. So you better go be him. Everywhere else, you not being him. Like, and on top of that,
he being him everywhere else.
No, that's the issue. That's the issue. Like this, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. This whole, rich man, I'm a rich man, knocking up mad women and running through the court system with the, yo, I'm gonna just give him the bread, fuck the relationship, fuck the whole situation. Yeah. Bro, this shit is weak. This shit is whack. This shit is not cool for the kid.
Yeah.
It's not cool for the kid. It's not cool for nothing that's going on. Like, your kid is gonna have to grow up and see that. The mother's gonna have to explain that. Even if it's an understanding of where, like, y'all don't rock with each other or whatever, and this is just how y'all rock. But to continuously be running around getting folks pregnant, yo, just get the abortion. They not getting the abortion, nigga. You know how much money you worth? Send the vid. Come on, bro. Like, why? Like, be smart, dog. Think, bro. Like, because that it really become a thing where it's like folks get a certain amount of bread and just get to running around on deadbeat time, and that shit is whack. Like, even if you can't afford the child support, whatever the fuck, cool. But like the proud deadbeat vibe,
it's wicked. It's wicked work, man. Because I do know in his current situation, I think what's happening is, I don't know if it's directly with Adidas, but based on the campaign and the rollouts that they've been doing with him, you could tell that he is leaning into the villain role, and that's more so. I don't even think it was him directly, because he always had respect for his game, especially even for at the time when he was going to UGA. Georgia wasn't known as one of the blue chip basketball schools at that time. So you kind of created that environment. The SEC basketball is back. Cool. You get to the league, you immediately are able to showcase that you really were him without having to go to one of those, certain places. So now that you've done that in the league and people got their exposure to you, you could tell that I say Adidas because the commercial that they did in a heavily driven Nike league, he's one of the few prominent athletes that is signed to their names that you actually are, not that you don't care about, because they still got Dame, they still got James Harden, but he's the new face.
We don't care about Dame or James Harden, brother. I do apologize to tell you that shit is over and done with.
Hey man, I'm not mad at that.
Train is gone. Ship has sailed.
No, he's the. I would say Anthony Edwards. You're right. They do be buying the Harden shoes every time I go hoop. I see them at least one pair on the court. But Anthony Edwards is the first person I've seen in the heavily saturated Nike Jordan market to be his own star. and they're pushing that narrative, even with the shooting back at Cam in the commercials last year, even the addressing the little back and forth between him and his fellow brand endorsee on the track and field during the Olympic situation, right? Noah Lyles, right? I think he kind of leaned into that because it is his natural personality, but him being that villain role, I don't think it's him either. And then to portray this type of stuff, bro, willingly being a deadbeat. Now, I don't know if it would have made the news because he didn't announce it, right? He's not the one that came. He announced it, or did the baby
Nah,
mom?
He didn't announce this.
You feel me? So he was trying to do this behind closed doors, and because of his name,
Yeah.
they took it there. You know, while I agree with you, it's not cool to promote being a deadbeat. That option. Are you a deadbeat in this situation for this particular child? This particular child, are you the deadbeat if you are going out of your way to sign away your rights? Because as far as I know, he's still present for the other kids he does have.
When you sign away your right, in my mind, when you sign away your rights, you a deadbeat.
Okay.
Because once you have no like say in the situation, you don't want no say in the situation, you're like absolving yourself of responsibility in a sense. So
okay,
you would be a deadbeat in my book. And granted, like folks might still pay child support, whatever the situation is. I'm of the belief that the relationship, the time spent, the lessons, the conversations is what's gonna mold and build and be most fruitful. You know what I'm saying? For now, granted, I don't have no kids. So I'll be honest there. But just in growing up myself, you dig what I'm saying? Helping raise a child now, like those conversations is what's necessary. That money ain't gonna fill that void that a father would. You dig what I'm saying? And even if it's an understanding with the, if a mom might explain it the right way, like, yo, this is just what it is. This is a situation, and she might not have no problem with it. Like, understand the situation early on and be like, okay, cool, that's what it is. And she may have other people to come in and fill that role as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just to put it off like it's just her and the mom type shit. But me personally, if you're gonna be running around here recklessly with your dick, you don't get to then turn around and be like, oh, I'm gonna just file the paperwork to absolve myself of all of the consequences. That's lame. That's lame ass shit.
Nah, I don't disagree with you because you shouldn't be doing that. At the same time, it is an option. It shouldn't be the option that you consistently go to, as opposed to protecting yourself and protecting her and making sure you're going about safe activities.
How are you frying the community? You frying the community up. How many kids, you know what I'm saying? Like you're adding to the statistics of the single mother households by yourself. And you don't have to. Like, that's the other, like, you genuinely do not have to do this. Like,
and that does make it wicked because this is his fourth situation that we're aware of.
Third or fourth.
Okay.
Third or fourth.
And
something like that.
And again, from my understanding, he has been actively present because I think they kind of touched on it in that most recent Netflix where they took the 5 basketball players, and I know in his situation they were already touching on it. So he seems to be active in the children's lives that he is willing to be active in. It also doesn't take away that
it's also crazy.
This one seems from the aesthetic looks to be more of a discrepancy between him and the baby moms or the child's mother, right? There's nothing to say that she can't find a father role for the child either. Because they do give men that option. They do give women that option. Both sides have that option to sign away their rights. And I don't know what the stipulations are behind it in area to area, but from the most part, my understanding is they can't, or I don't think they try to stop you. They just give you that option of whether you do or whether you don't. So if that's the case,
it's like you in the clear in like legally, but like
but it is bum ass activity.
It's some bum shit. Yeah, it's some bummy ass activity. Some goofball shit, man. Like if we really pushing this community aspect, bro, like be responsible, be an adult. If you gonna run around on that type of time, wear a condom. If you're not gonna wear a condom and you don't want kids, get a vasectomy. It can be reversed. Like there's steps we can take to have the fun we want to have. Or shit, make sure all these folks is finding paperwork or doing whatever it is that it got to be. But there's steps that we can take to make sure that we're not leaving children out here fatherless, much less fatherless by choice. Like that's come on, bro. That's out of pocket. That's out of pocket. Great basketball player. Seem to be you're not the face of the league, my nigga. The face of the league doesn't move like this off the court. It's not gonna work. It ain't gonna work like that, man.
Man, slinging, dropping off. Hey, bro,
like even when Nick Cannon was running around on that shit, it's like at a certain point, like, dog, how many of these households you can't be in all of these places at once? Granted, the money might be there.
Seem to be taking care of them,
money wise, financially.
I haven't heard any of the moms complain. I have yet to hear any of the moms.
No, and
that's a situation I can't do too much, right?
I understand the piece. I understand the piece, like, because financially it's probably straight, and folks ain't gonna really make too much of a fuss when it's financial. But the inner complexities of that, like the real day to day, you know, it's still very much seen on TV that the traditional family is mom, pops, or whether it's you know dad, mom, whatever. It's two parents. You feel what I'm saying in the house that's tending to what's going on. You got 12 kids growing up in single parent households. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, come on, bro. Like, if you gonna compound it, put them all on a compound in one spot. Hey, I'm rolling with you. Take it back to biblical times with this shit. But like, one over there, one over there, one over there, one over there, and I'm just sending money all. Come on, man. Come on.
I want to agree, but if I don't have them complaining, they made their own community. That's the way I look at it.
I'm asking you, brother.
What are you asking?
The semblance of a person that has 12 families that they're not in household. They got 12 kids. They're not head of none of those 12 households, but they holding it down on the financial tip. You don't think that's problematic for the familial aspect of that?
Do we know he's not the head of the household?
Can you be in 12 places at once?
You can't be in 12 places at once, but you can't run 12 operations at the same time. If the answer to your question is solely hinging on
that's the financial aspect.
Your question solely hinges on whether or not he is not the head of the household. Again, we don't have anything to say that he's not. I don't know where he's at. I don't know if these ladies live close or far away from each other.
Fair enough. That's fair. I'm saying, in a sense, is it possible for a motherfucker to be the best father that they can to 12 separate households? Do you think that's a possibility? Like, as much you have one household that you have to father children in, right? If you had 10 more, do you think you could effectively run that play? Not a financial piece. I mean, being in the know of the ins and outs of what's going on in 12 separate households.
Do I think you could physically be there at your peak all the time? No, but that's not the only thing that goes into fatherhood. Fatherhood is very, you know what I'm saying?
You think you could mentally have the space to do that?
10 is a lot, bro. 10 is a lot in a situation, but you know what I'm saying? I'm also speaking from a financial bracket that's not even near his. So what you might be willing or able to do in that certain space, because even when you're tying back to biblical times, bro, King Solomon had over 700 wives. So you can't, you feel me? So it'd be in them situations where you had someone in high favor of God running that play, telling him to run that play. But the expectation is still, even using him as an example, you are supposed to be running the household and showing love equally. The only reason why I'm not disparaging Nick specifically is so far I have nothing critiquing him from anybody that's within that circle. It's always the outside commentary. None of the moms have said anything. We don't have any situation where the kids are coming out giving backlash, and he seemed happy. They seem happy. And as far as we know, the kids are happy. However, they got their system going. Just because it looks crazy to those that don't understand it, if it's working, I'm not mad at it. Just because he didn't do you know, whoever, especially for the heavy critiquers, just because he didn't do your particular system, you what do you want him to do if they are happy with it?
No, I get that's fair. It's a fair point. I mean, we don't know. Like, we don't know. We would have to sit down and like have like real conversations with all those women to understand the ins and outs of that. So that's fair. That's a fair point. I'm gonna just stand on the piece of, hey man, I think it's better for everybody involved if the parents are in the house. Now, granted, if they can't be in the house together, you know what I'm saying, then you know we work how we work. But if there's a understanding of like, you know, we both want this kid and we both gonna raise this kid and put our time and all of that, I'm of the belief those folks should be at least under the same roof, or you know, tapped in on a pretty consistent basis.
Because there's a stark difference between, especially with Nick as an example, a stark difference between someone that wants kids and wants to be there for his kids versus the
Somebody
way that it looks with Ed.
Just outside,
and it's like, it's not even just fucking. It's like you fucking with a plan B that's not the pill. Your plan B is, I'm just gonna throw money at it because I never put it in the first like that. That's a different, which, because it almost adds to the potential. And this is all, you know, speculation, but it could come across that you're going in there with, I'm not even trying to pull out. I'm not even trying to do nothing else because I'm just going to throw this stat and you just going to have to deal with it. Or I'm just going to say, I don't want to be there.
And for the broader community, considering the presidency that we have in office at the moment, okay, abortion is probably not going to be in your plans. The way it's looking, shit, contraceptives might not be in your plans soon, right? So while you can, if you can, and you do not want children, take the necessary precautions to make sure you're not in a fucked up situation where you can't afford a kid, the other person can't afford the kid, and y'all have a kid. That's not going to be good for you, her, or the kid. So, yeah,
we got states. I'm trying to find a particular state, but I feel like it was somebody in the South. It was either Oklahoma or Mississippi, of course. Unfortunately, we're at the point now, to build off of what you were just saying. We got states proposing bills saying if you are erect, that's where contraception begins. So just be aware. This is Mississippi. They proposed the bill. Lawmaker introduced it. Contraception begins at erection act. So we got states doing that, saying that at that point, you're already down the process. So be aware of what you're doing. Don't be intentionally irresponsible, man. You know,
100%, man. Just take care of yourself. Be mindful of what you got going on. Be careful about yourself. Be careful about the person you're dealing with, and understand that your actions have consequences. Some of those consequences last for the rest of your life. So just, you know what I'm saying? Just take that and keep it clean. Keep it clean with yourself, man. Keep it clean. Keep it clean with yourself. Keep it clean with shorty. Let it be known. Do you want kids? Do you not want kids? Do you want? And understand, bro, if you do not want them children, the sex ain't gonna feel as good. Sorry. That's just, sorry, brother. That's how we gotta rock it. Unless, you know what I'm saying? Unless she on the pill, or unless she got on the shot or some shit like that, you gonna have to take that L and take that barrier. You dig what I'm saying? Because man, we can't be contributing to these statistics, man. We cannot be contributing to the single motherhood, single parenthood statistics, dog. It's out of control.
Don't put it on the child. Don't put it on the child, man.
Come on, man.
100%.
Come on. But with that, man, we're gonna let y'all rock out. It's a good day outside. It's a good Saturday, so we're gonna get outside. I'm gonna get outside in the sunlight, man, and have a run around and frolic in the leaves and shit. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Y'all keep it clean. This has been another episode. Ray, I appreciate you pulling up today. Hopefully we get the full crew back next week. Everybody should be back in the motion. Yeah, man. New episodes out every Saturday. Or no, sorry. New episodes out every Tuesday. We record every Saturday. You feel me? New episodes out every Tuesday. First 2 episodes out now. Go check those out on the YouTube, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We rolling. Go ahead, Ray. What you got?
And I want to make sure we tell all y'all that have given us a listen and given us a spin, man. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the critique if you have any. We appreciate the hate if you want to share it. It don't matter. At the end of the day, we still gonna keep it clean over here. So much love and much hatred to you and whoever you want to be around at the same time.
100%. Yeah, if you tapping in, you listening, we definitely appreciate that, man. Like, subscribe to the page, leave a comment. We appreciate y'all taking the time to tap in and hear what we have to say, and give us y'all feedback. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what y'all think too. You might get a spot on this motherfucker. You never know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This episode, we're gonna wrap this one up. We'll see y'all on Tuesday. Keep it clean.
Keep it clean.